Miriel has spent years surviving in this magical world without the one thing that defined her kind: wings. No longer able to rely on flight or the same magic as her peers, she became a different kind of predator. She doesn't fight, she whispers, she smiles, and suddenly the fight never happened. But she got exactly what she wanted. Her meeting with Diana isn't fate, but an opportunity. They both seek the fate demon that took something away from them, and with Diana by her side, there's an actual chance of ending him. Can she manipulate her way to what she wants? Or will Diana be the first person to see past her carefully crafted mask? Hello, I'm Valkyria with an I, and welcome to Sketchy Treasure. If you love seeing characters come to life from their backstory to their designs, you're in the right place. In this series, I take my old story ideas, dust them off, and build them into something new. Last time, we explored Diana, a blunt, no-nonsense hunter who struggles a lot with social cues and non-direct communication. Now we shift to Miriel, her complete opposite. Where Diana is direct, Miriel is deceptive. Where Diana fights with weapons, Miriel fights with words. But despite their difference, their paths intertwine in a way neither expected. Gotta be honest, at first I had no fucking clue what to do for Miriel. She didn't have a name until like a week ago, and I don't even remember what the meaning of her name is now. I just remember that I liked it. After brainstorming a bit and hearing my sister talk about the story of Queen Clarion and Lord Millery, the idea of a fairy losing her wings came to mind. Even before losing her wings, Miriel didn't shine for her magic in the fairy community. She probably didn't come from the best environment. With volatile caretakers, she was forced to handle her and others' emotions to stay safe and out of trouble. What started as a coping mechanism, and in all honesty, it kind of still is, turned her into a master of getting what she wants from people, convincing them they wanted to do it, or playing dumb and taking advantage of the information they let slip when she's close. I think she will be the kind of character that people see and think is just like a pretty face with no brain, and in reality, she's taking advantage of that perception. I imagine her losing her wings around her late teens, probably doing something reckless and stupid because teens. We've all been stupid teens at some point, and if you haven't, you're either too young or the big revelation that will change your worldview hasn't happened yet. My revelation was I am, in fact, not the next Jesus or Messiah, and that girls are ridiculously cute, hot, and I love them in a way I don't think I could love boys. Miriel was, well, she probably already knew she was a lesbian, but she lost her wings and her entire way of life after that terrible incident. Well, this is not set in stone. I'm thinking that Miriel and her friend group were fooling around with some sort of dark/forbidden magic and ended up invoking the Fae demon. The demon took their wings and most of their lives, except Miriel's and a few others. The few that survived were so traumatized and hurt that either ended up in a coma or in a psychiatric hospital for an undefined time, without much hope of ever getting better. Now, I want to make like a quick bracket here is that I've been in a psychiatric hospital. I was there for 12 days after a depressive episode, and I don't plan to perpetuate the idea that these places are scary or that people in there are crazy beyond repair, because that's not the case, and because of these ideas, I had a panic attack the first day I was there. There are honestly a lot of reasons you can be there, and yeah, sure, there are people that are too hard to handle and are a danger to themselves and or others. And maybe they need to stay there for a long time or even be tied up, and that's a whole other issue and rabbit hole that I won't get into this time. But my point here is that I want this fairy psychiatric hospital to be a place that helps people heal, gives them strategies to deal with what they need, and in general, it's a good place. I don't want it to be a scary movie kind of place. Back to Miriel, I was thinking that she was the least hurt of her friend group. For whatever reason, the demon didn't target her as much as the others, and she blames herself for their deaths. She could have stopped it. She could have said no to convincing the librarian to tell her where the book was. She could have said no to getting the ingredients for the invocation. Even if she would have told their parents what they were planning to do, she would have been a snitch, but they will be alive. Despite what a lot of people from their village wanted, they didn't kick her out. But they were sure to show her she was not welcome there. After she got better, she left without telling anyone, not even her family. Why would anyone care about the fairy that broke their village? Outside of the fairy community, she could pass as an elf, her lack of wings helping her. So Miriel used her charm and intelligence to survive in a world that was not made for fairies. Climb her way into some sort of not so good thing. I'm thinking either like a black market or some sort of mafia-ish thingy. And she thrived in a material sense but lacked any real relationship. She looked cold and cynical to those who knew what she did, how she got what she wanted. But she had to become that to survive. When it comes to her design, I struggle a lot. I really struggle with her. At first, I went with the long book skirt that it didn't feel right. I wanted her to show off her legs and have a low neckline and a corset and show her attributes, but since I imagine this in a medieval-ish context, some provocative clothing from the present, like crop tops, miniskirts, and all that jazz, it didn't really fit, and I really wanted a corset. So after brainstorming a little, I got to the design of a long skirt with opening in both sides that allow her to move freely and also show off her legs when needed. I imagine her corset has some sort of magic, so it acts like a shield, armor, vest, protection of some kind, while keeping her sexy image. I don't know yet how, but Miriel discovers that Diana is looking for the same Fey demon and has an incredible set of fighting skills. So Miriel tries to trick her to a Fey contract, something she learned to do before he left her village and something she's been using over and over again. People often don't notice that what they are agreeing to until it's too late and they can't go back. But she is faced with none of her tactics working. Diana is too literal to accept anything that others will think of as a suggestion or exaggeration. When Miriel comes pretending to be a drunk person and asks for her eternal loyalty or something like that, most people would have write it off as a drunk person acting like a drunk person that doesn't know where the hell she is. But Diana rejects it over and over again, taking every word she says as if it was true. And it is. Somehow, they end up together, like in this journey of finding this fake demon. And while I originally didn't thought very profoundly about this, I just thought it was a funny dynamic between Diana and Miriel that, once again, back in the day, didn't have a name. But now, with Miriel's redesign specifically, I've been digging a lot and like thinking about a lot of world building, so it's turning quite interesting. I think it will be cool if they find like other people in their journey and they all end up becoming like some sort of little cute fun family and they help each other, and I'm just a sucker for fun family trope. What do you think of Miriel? Will you trust her, or will she have you wrap around her finger? Let's talk in the comments. I honestly think that depending on the day, she probably will know how to manipulate me. She's beautiful. And I get dumb with cute girls, so yeah. If you're interested in creating a story, here's a playlist where I go deep into that topic. See you there. Bye bye.